Bitcoin kills theft, but unlocks something worse. Imagine a world where your money cannot be stolen, not by hackers, not by governments, not even by the most skilled thieves in the world. Bitcoin promises this future, but human nature never disappears. If theft, fraud, and seizure are nearly impossible, then what kinds of crimes take their place? Because crime doesn't vanish when one door closes, it just evolves. For thousands of years, wealth has always been vulnerable to physical force. A bag of gold could be stolen, a bank vault could be broken into, a credit card number could be hacked. But with Bitcoin, the entire dynamic shifts. Bitcoin is digital, decentralized, and secured by cryptography so strong that brute force attacks would take longer than the age of the universe. That means direct theft becomes almost impossible. But here's the uncomfortable truth. If someone can't take your Bitcoin by force, they may try to take you. This is where the rise of coercion crimes begins. Imagine someone holding you hostage, not for your jewelry, not for your wallet, but for your private keys. They can't break the math of Bitcoin, but they can break human will. This creates a strange paradox. The stronger Bitcoin becomes against outside attacks, the more valuable social attacks become. Threats, blackmail, and manipulation could replace hacking, burglary, and wire fraud. Think of it like water flowing downhill. When one path is blocked, it simply carves another. And in the world of Bitcoin, the new channels of crime might be darker than we realize. Blackmail becomes more powerful in a Bitcoin world. Why? Because Bitcoin transactions don't require banks, middlemen, or approval. If a criminal demands payment, there is no way to reverse it, no way to stop it, no way to trace it with certainty. Imagine a politician, a CEO, or even an everyday citizen being blackmailed for a secret. In the old world, law enforcement could trace suspicious payments through banks. In the Bitcoin world, the payment can happen instantly, globally, and permanently. This opens the door for new categories of extortion, from digital threats like ransomware to physical threats like kidnapping until the victim reveals their seed phrase. But here's the fascinating twist. While these threats will exist, they also force people to think differently about money itself. Instead of hiding gold bars under the bed, you could memorize your Bitcoin keys in your head, making it invisible, unseizable, and untouchable, unless you give them up. This means we might see the rise of something I call soft power crime. Crimes not of brute force, but of persuasion, deception, and psychological pressure. A manipulative partner demanding access. A corrupt government demanding citizens voluntarily hand over their private keys, or even employers pressuring workers to reveal wallets for security checks. These aren't classic thefts, they're crimes of influence. And in a Bitcoin world, influence may become more dangerous than violence. Consider this. If Bitcoin makes robbery pointless, does that eliminate greed? Or does it simply force greed to wear a new mask? The Roman Empire taxed gold. The medieval kings seized land. The modern state freezes bank accounts. But Bitcoin resists all of this, which means new strategies of control must emerge. Maybe the crimes of the future won't look like crimes at all. Maybe they'll look like laws, regulations, and social expectations. Imagine governments outlawing self-custody, forcing citizens to keep Bitcoin in state-approved wallets for their own safety. On the surface, it's about protection, but in reality, it's just another form of seizure dressed in legal clothing. So the real danger may not be the criminal in the shadows, but the institutions we already trust. Because when direct theft is impossible, soft power becomes the weapon of choice. And yet, this is also where Bitcoin's brilliance shines brightest. You can hide wealth across multiple wallets, spread across the globe, or even locked in time-released contracts that no coercion can break. The question becomes, who adapts faster? The criminals finding new ways to coerce, or the individuals learning how to defend themselves with stronger privacy and smarter security habits. In many ways, Bitcoin isn't the end of crime. It's the beginning of a new battlefield, one where brute force matters less and human psychology matters more. This is why the future of crime in a Bitcoin world may feel invisible. It won't be masked men breaking into vaults. It will be trusted figures manipulating, persuading, and coercing, often without leaving fingerprints. And here's the secret no one is talking about. The first people to understand this will be the ones who thrive in the Bitcoin era, because they'll know that protecting wealth is no longer just about technology, it's about psychology. So if theft becomes impossible, then the real battlefield is the mind. The war for your attention, your trust, your emotions, that's where the crimes of tomorrow will be fought. And this is why studying Bitcoin isn't just about money. It's about human nature, because technology evolves, but greed, power, and fear remain timeless. So ask yourself, if you lived in a world where no one could steal your Bitcoin, how would they try to take it anyway? And more importantly, how would you defend yourself? That's the hidden knowledge of Bitcoin. It's not just a tool for wealth, it's a mirror for humanity itself. It shows us that no technology can erase human nature. It only reshapes it. And maybe, just maybe, the greatest crime of all in a Bitcoin world will be ignorance, not knowing the rules, not preparing for the new battleground, not seeing what's coming until it's too late. But now, you know, and that knowledge puts you ahead of almost everyone else. If you found this perspective valuable, share it, like it, subscribe. Because the more people understand what Bitcoin really means, the harder it becomes for hidden powers to control us. This isn't just a story about money, it's a story about power, freedom, and the future of humanity. And that's why the journey is only beginning.